Okay, so last time on Marriland's Pokemon White 2 adventure, we took on Phew in the Undella Town little deserty place right here. But now we're gonna check out just to the east of Undella Town is Undella Bay. Now this is a great place to train up your Pokemon if they're water or electric type, because you're gonna, or not water, I'm sorry, grass or electric type, because you will run into so many water type Pokemon. Now, one really interesting thing you may run across if you're playing on, well, if you're playing on Thursday, if you're playing Pokemon White 2, or if you're playing on Monday, if you're playing Pokemon Black 2, right here, you'll find a Jellicent just swimming around. I am playing this on a Wednesday right now, but because I'm not going back to Undella Bay anytime soon, I set my DS clock to Thursday. I know, I'm a dirty cheater for doing that, but really it's to show you this, because otherwise I'm not gonna go back in another episode to do that. No, that's not cool. So, yeah, it's always going to be female if you're playing Pokemon White, so it'll be the pink one. And if you're playing Pokemon Black 2, it'll always be male, so it'll be blue. Because remember, they change their appearance based on what gender they are. So, let's take this thing out. Jelly! It has its hidden ability, which isn't really all that exciting, to be honest. It's just damp, which prevents self-destruct and explosion from working as long as it's on the field. Since it's immune to self-destruct and explosion anyway, I don't really see why it even matters that it has it. Because remember, it's a water ghost type. Yeah. But I guess in double battles it can be kind of helpful, although to be honest, Water Absorb is a much better ability anyway. Yeah. So you can get it at level 40 if you fight this one. It's kind of decent if you're looking for a water type and you really just do not want Starmie for whatever reason. This is a great time to pick one up. Yeah, so let's see if I can catch this thing. Hopefully I don't get a critical hit again. That's good. Alright. And really quick, I think I'm going to, well, it's actually pretty easy to catch. This shouldn't be too bad at all. Netball. I don't remember if that will work on it or not, so I'm just going to use an Ultra Ball. I've got enough of them. At least enough for now. Ah, man! Didn't work. Water Pulse. Ow. Well, at least I didn't use Brine. That'd be a little bad. Okay, Magneto, time to get out of here. Let Marriland in there. Just a little more. Hang in there, Marriland. Alright, let's catch this thing. Let's catch it. So yeah, Jellicent has a lot of hit points and a lot of special attack, but it's kind of slow. And its special attack... I'm sorry, special defense. Did I say special attack just a moment ago? I don't know. Its special attack is... it's okay. It's not super good, but it's not that bad either. The rest of its stats are pretty below average. So it's not that great. I certainly recommend Starmie over this thing. The kind of neat thing is it does at least have its hidden ability. But, you know, it's not like it's that great, so don't really need it. Alright, so that's one of the exciting things to do, I guess. I'll be right back. I'm going to heal up my Pokemon, and I think I'm actually going to set my clock back to Wednesday, just because I just wanted to do that just to show you that, okay? And again, it's Thursday if you're playing Pokemon White 2, but it's Monday if you're playing Pokemon Black 2. Got it? Alright, I'll see you back at the bay in just a moment. Alright, so I'm back in Undella Bay, and I set my clock back to Wednesday, because that's when I'm playing it. Now I feel right. So, right on the shoreline here, we can find a heart scale. Cool, cool. But also, up way back here, you can find a Draco plate. Yeah, that thing, it powers up the power of your Pokemon's dragon-type attacks, which is kind of cool. definitely good because you won't find the Dragon Fang for a little bit, I don't think. Anyhow, let's start up here and fight this guy. Hey, swimmer! If you have the move dive, you can dive and sink. But if I don't, I can only sink. Ah, no. Okay, swimmer male Matt. I don't know why they put the little gender symbol by him. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? Yeah, so he has a Mantike. And this thing, it's a water flying type. So it should be really easy to take out with any electric type attack. Blub, 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 I'm sinking. Oh no, I'm sinking. Let's see. So up there, by the way, that takes it to the Seaside Cave, and you can't really do anything there right yet. Yeah, not really. So, as far as Pokemon to find in the area, you don't have too many options, alright? You have Mantike, which, you'll find it all over the place. As I told you, it's a water flying type. It evolves into Mantine, but only if you gain a level while you have a Remoraid in your party. And the problem is, you can only find Remoraid 5% of the time here. So, if you want to get one, you know, you might end up spending a lot more time than you thought. Or end up with a Mantike a lot more, or a lot longer than you thought. So, there's also Frillish in the water. And if you surf onto the rippling water, you can find Wailmer, or Wailord even if you're really lucky. In the wintertime, you can find Spheal instead of Mantike, and it evolves into Sealeo or Walrein. Well, and Walrein, I'm sorry. You can find either Sealeo or Walrein in the rippling water in the winter, okay? Now, they'll be among the first Ice-type Pokemon you can even get in the game. So, yeah, definitely consider that. In fact, the only other Ice-type Pokemon you could get in the game prior to this point would be, Cubchoo, I think, and even then, that's only in the winter, so, you know, if you want, Walrein is probably a better option in the long run than Beartic is, but it's kind of a hassle wait until winter. It's also not that great of an Ice-type Pokemon, it's not that amazing, it's, you know, kind of slow, it's pretty bulky, it's got good stats, but it's just not as great as you might think. Particularly if you could use something like Starmie with Ice Beam, will probably do just as well. So this is the Seaside Cave. I am actually going to go in here because I'm just going to show you you can't go anywhere. If you want past here, you have to defeat me and my Roggenrola, and we're as sturdy as rock. But my Roggenrola and I only battle strong trainers. That is my and my Roggenrola's policy. It's as sturdy as rock. Yeah, you can't go past this guy. I mean, he's just blocking the whole path. However, there is an important note here, okay? Even though you can't go past here, you can fight some of the Pokemon in the Seaside Cave. If you run around like a lunatic in these 6 squares here, alright? One of the Pokemon you can find here, well, you can find fully evolved Golduck if you want. That's kind of cool, I guess. It's only at level 35. Well, 34 to 36 to be specific, but the Pokemon you really want to look for is Seel, okay? There is a reason for this. It's a 10% chance of finding it, and you'll find it at level 10. You can also find Tynamo here for a 5% chance at level 37, so if you don't mind running around for a bit, and would rather do that than train up a Tynamo like 10 levels, I mean, it's basically set to evolve as soon as you catch it. I'm gonna do just one more fight while I'm talking about the Seel, okay? Because what makes Seel interesting, it isn't really that it evolves into Dugong. I mean, I don't really rate it that great. It's kind of mediocre as a water ice type. You're much better with Walrein. But what makes it good is it learns Dive at level 41, okay? Both Wailmer and Seel learn it at level 41, as a matter of fact. At least in their unevolved forms. Now, why this is important is because there is a, oh, you know what? I'm going to use a repel really quick here. I think you've probably seen everything. And I guess it doesn't matter if the Master Ball is in the free space after all. So, why that dive matters is, you see this giant black spot here? Well, if you have dive, you can actually swim down beneath the water, and you can enter the Abyssal Ruins. Yeah, I know, it's pretty crazy, right? Down there, you can pick up a whole ton of different items. Most notably, you can pick up the all of the plate items. I think all except for the Draco plate, which you just got, and then the Splash plate, which is available elsewhere. But most importantly, you can pick up a ton of the Relic Items. These things you can sell to that rich billionaire guy in Undella Town for massive amounts of money. If you have strength and if you have flash, and if you follow the map that's on my website, it's actually only in the black and white walkthrough at the time of writing this, but it's remained exactly the same, regardless of if you're playing black and white or black 2 and white 2. Just go through the Abyssal Ruins. It requires you on the first floor to get to the center area within, like, I don't know, 180 steps or something. The second floor, you have to use strength on this certain rock thing. The next one, you have to use flash or something like that. I don't remember. The map and the guide there on my walkthrough explains it in depth. I mean, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but I guess the point I was trying to make is if you invest the time into catching a whalemer and a seal, or a seal, you don't need both, you can learn dive naturally by leveling up, go down to the Abyssal Ruins, gather up all the loot, and if you take it all, you can sell all of that loot for, I kid you not, over 2 million Poke Dollars. Yeah, not 200,000, not 2,000, 2 million. That is more than enough to buy anything in the game you need. You could even go back to Kanto and buy a new bike with that. Yeah, it is just insane the amount of money you can get from doing that. So if you never want to have to worry about money again, and you got a little bit of time to kill, hey, pick up a whalemer or a seal, give it a Neverstone, and then that's just for your own convenience, so it won't be bothered evolving. And then dive down to the Abyssal Ruins and pick up all that loot and all those plates. Sell it to that billionaire guy. Yeah, it's pretty great. However, I'm not going to cover that until after I've beaten the game, because that's when you get the HM for dive, and that's when so many more Pokemon can learn it. That's what you're really supposed to do. But you do have the option of jumping ahead and getting rich off of that. And obviously, I have to pass that along. Very obviously. So, I'm going to send out Magnezone against this guy's Sealeo. Yeah, I know, Sealeo. It's kind of a funny looking Pokemon. It's got his big old whiskers. As you can see, electric type Pokemon in particular do just grand here. Grass types do pretty good too. But, as you've seen, several are part ice type or part flying type, making it a little more messy for grass type Pokemon. Alright, so over here, oh, there's the Splash Plate. I knew it was in the area. That powers up the power of your water type moves, although you should already have like 2 Mystic Water or something. So this person here, this Ace Trainer, she has a Pelipper on her team, I happen to know. A little birdie told me. I'm showing off the sea to my beloved Pokemon. Alright, well, I'll show off my Pokemon to the beloved sea. Hey Summer, wanna play me? Alright, she has a Pelipper. Level 40. Ooh, wow. And, I'll use Electro Ball on it. Phew! Yeah, so good. So good indeed. And she has a Starmie. Again, an excellent choice. It has a lot of defense, though. I'd probably be better off using Electro Ball and the Magnezone, but I need to give Scaleaf a little bit of experience here, right? Let's use Leaf Blade. It's probably not going to do enough to knock it out, but it should 2-hit KO it. Or get a critical hit and take it out in 1 hit. Yeah! Feels good. Wow, how powerful. Yeah. I want to see all kinds of scenery. Alright, cool. Well. Let's see. What else do we have on here? Don't think there's anything else exciting in the route, to be honest. Yeah, it's pretty uneventful. Oh, there's a Whalmer. Level 30, though, so I mean, it's gonna take a long time for me to, get it up to level 41. That's the downside with that whole get-rich-quick scheme. But, hey, it's not that bad. I'd like to see it make 2 million Poké Dollars any other way. Let me put it to you that way. Thankfully, in this game, you're not really crunching for money all that much in the big picture. It's pretty easy to earn money. Trainers in the game give you a lot. Anyway, that is all we need to do in Undella Bay. What we're going to do next, we are going to head on over to Route 14. It's an optional route to the south, but it's got some cool stuff. We're going to do that in the next episode of Marriland's Pokemon White 2 Adventure. See you next time, trainers.